And there you go.
All right, so tonight we're going to do something different. Got some Hirth one-lungers. All right, so if you've been playing along with us for a while, you know that this one came out of the Sno Jet. The other one there, well, I picked it up pre-shopping at the St. Germain swap meet. They both seem to have compression, but we will check that.
Pre-shopping.
Pre-shopping.
Hey, now.
Yeah, my buddy John Sinna had a whole truckload full of stuff, and I spotted that, and he said 50, and I said, how about 40, and I took it home. So there we go.
Yep.
So they both got compression. Neither one seems to have spark. So we're going to dig into them and see if we can make them spark.
Oh, I hear a Brad.
I think Brad's outside.
Uh-oh.
So I just told Lonnie we're not pressure checking these. And
I thought that's what we were doing.
no, we're going to get spark.
Spark check.
We might pressure check them later, but for the moment, we want to get spark.
Are we focusing on one?
We're going to start with the one that came out of the Sno Jet. So this one came out, and this is a 317.
Neither one of them have spark.
They're both Hirth 193s, which means they both started life as a 292, and neither one has spark. And as you can see, the only part of the spark equation that comes out of the fan shroud is this wire.
Or this wire.
Yeah, that one with
that's a little short.
that one with no cap on it.
That might be the problem on this one.
You think?
Well, I'm not hearing anything when I pull it over. So I don't know. I'm just tearing into this. This is my first Hirth that I've ever worked on. I've owned them, but they've just worked. So let's see.
It'll be fun,
Do you want to do the same at the same time or leave that to the side?
No, let's leave that one. Let's hold that one in reserve. Well, I'm looking in here. We got this cup. We got some more of those. We got a nut.
Those look fairly new, too.
I'm going to, well, or not rusty.
Yeah. Oh, they were covered.
Well, I want to get this off before we do the shroud.
Why?
Why not? I think we're going to end up pulling the flywheel because if there's a window, it's under this.
This one's got...
And that's the first thing we'd want is to find a window.
In here. This one's dirty, but...
Yeah, it does. They both have flathead screws.
That's old.
So I don't want to pull the shroud. If there's a window in the flywheel to get to the points, that's where I want to go. So we're going to get that off and see if we find a window.
All right.
This is crazy that this has this castle nut that's barely engaged. Someone's been into this motor. Oh, wait. T-Bone was into this motor. That's what's going on.
That explains it.
We'll bring you back.
Okay, right.
Lonnie says that didn't help, but
I see points.
I see a hole in the flywheel. I see a condenser. There's the points over on this side. So first thing we're going to do is clean the points. And then we're just going to hope that that fixes it. I'm not sure. So these are the points over here. That's the condenser on that side. There we go.
How do we get to those? Jeez.
You know how we get to those? I'll show you. Stick around. I'll show you. All right. Here's how you clean the points. The lady asked me, do you do your fingernails much at the grocery store counter? I said, I use them for cleaning points. She says, I used to work in a machine shop and I use them for deburring. So
Oh, my goodness.
there's many uses for these. So here, Lon, you want to film? Lonnie's standing closest.
Bring it.
Notice I got my super cheaters on.
Got the super cheaters.
Not the super dupers, but I got the good high cheaters on. Oh boy, this doesn't fit through the slot the way I'd want it to fit through. I'm going to go have to cut this in half quick. I'll be right back. All right, Lon, I'm back with about 2/3 of a fingernail file. Gonna need a screwdriver to open them points.
You can't just turn it?
Oh, I could, but I want to keep the pressure on them. The idea is to keep the pressure on the points
True that.
so that the cutter, or so that the abrasive actually does something. Of course, we're making a big assumption here that it's just this. Let's see. I think the top point moves. Oh yeah.
You were supposed to be down there today. Ain't mine.
All right. Now, let me get out a dollar bill.
Only hundreds?
Yeah, you can only use ones on Hirth motors.
Not a buck.
So what you want to do with your dollar is fold it up until it's narrow enough to fit through that stupid slot. And then I was taught this many years ago, like 30 years ago. This is the best thing to clean points after you file them. So let's see. Gotta get that open. I got too many. Too many folds. Ain't gonna work. So we're just gonna flick them. All right, we're going to put the cup back on. We're going to put the recoil on with 2 bolts. We'll bring you back then. We'll see if it sparks. Back together.
Okay.
Lonnie, do you really want to film this?
All right, she's put
Yep.
back together now.
Bring it.
Okay, all I did was put the cup and the recoil back together. Get right in here on the spark plug. You see that? I saw it on the camera.
Yeah, there it is.
Lonnie, you can hold it and take your spark.
Yeah, but it only does it once.
Is there a lot of spark?
We
All
found
right,
the
people, we got
found
one.
spark.
We're going to try number 2 next. No, I got screwing tight.
Right.
All right,
Dennis is gonna tear into this one.
Dennis is doing number 2.
I didn't watch anything you guys were doing.
Oh yeah,
Dennis, is that
yeah, but
number 2?
this is not where we want Dennis to do number 2.
Oh, Peter.
I know. Dang it. Really, Dennis?
Uh-oh. That's
Number-
out.
Number 2 here. Really?
All right, I got a random resistor type plug cap.
Where's your
Same thing.
socket? No. Which socket?
You don't got to strip the end off that?
All
at
the same. I didn't take off the big nut.
No, this says something different then.
Oh boy.
Whoa.
It says actual bolts.
This has bolts.
Oh, this one has. Yup,
what do you
sure
think?
does. I'm saying that's probably 10 millimeter.
Oh, it is a 10.
10's always a good guess. I get quarter drive.
Yeah.
Let's see. Those are 10s.
They have it a 9 also.
I'm sure they're 10s. Not, there are like, you know that old song by Bobby Bear, Numbers? There are no zeros. Well, there's no 9s either when it comes to bolts.
Number 9?
I don't know why there's a number 9 socket or wrench in anything, because I've never found one in my whole life.
But that's one that you got 10 of.
Maybe you haven't looked hard enough.
This just fall right off.
His was out once before.
Man,
Get all 3?
Yeah.
Well, what the heck, Dennis?
nothing but trouble.
That should come right off. All right. Hang on. I'm going to get a tapping device.
Gentle persuader.
Yeah. I think this was all rigged. He had that set up.
I think so too. I think it was
It's
rigged.
all rigged. I didn't
I think
know
it-
you were going to
I
jump
think
in
it was-
and do that.
Frickin' rigged.
All right.
He just did that to make us look bad, Dennis.
I think I got it. Nice catch.
Yeah, it's from high school.
All right. Well, look at this.
Ooh, broken fin.
That'll throw it a little bit out of balance right there.
Yeah.
Guess I'm looking for another parts motor. Well, we're this far. Let's get
There
started.
they are.
All right. I didn't watch this part, so you can do it again.
Really?
Oh, I
didn't,
can
I
do it.
didn't watch.
I think
So
that,
Right,
I
you
used
film, I'll
this.
do it.
I think that
All
would
right.
involve some brake
So you gotta go in here. You gotta open up those points.
Tell me where the camera's
Push
in the
the
way.
top half of the point up.
Yup.
We'll just do this. People have seen what they did.
No, I can't lift it up with the wheels turning. Come on.
Ronnie, you got a little sunburn on your noggin there.
Okay, let go of the screwdriver now. There you go. All right, that should be good. Now give it the Mortsky flick. If you've ever watched Mortsky repair on YouTube, he just flicks his points and they magically start working.
No way.
Yeah,
No
guy
way.
does it all the time.
Points.
Can't you put like?
Well, part of the
EFI on
reason I
this?
need to know this is for my
Fuel
car.
injected?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for your point card?
My points car.
You should never have to do this in your points card. What you do need to know is how to set the gap/dwell.
All right.
Mind the gap.
All right, well, now we put it back together.
Put it back together, Dennis.
Just the way it came apart.
I don't know if that's clean enough. We'll find out. Not sure. Just go that way. Yep. Right like that. Right like that, I say. One. Yeah, one bolt.
That's a bolt. That's a bolt. Here, let me get you the exact best tool you could ever use for that.
What's wrong with this?
What you want is the nut driver handle with a shallow socket so that you can actually like push it in.
That's what she
Sometimes
said.
a lot of work
Push
to
it in.
We call that a hand job at work.
Hand job. Oh boy. That's one you do by hand instead of using a machine.
Yes.
That's what you meant.
A hand job.
A job you would not use a machine for.
Yes. No other puns intended.
See, I didn't even have all the bolts back in this one. You're checking it for spark.
This one's just gonna work.
Well, this one did, so we got lucky once.
Lucky, where's Lucky?
Watch this.
Give it at least 3 ugga-duggas. All right.
Who gets the dollar bill?
I don't know her name yet. Yep, we're gonna cross thread, I think. Let's see.
That one went in.
Yep, I got it started.
You got a spark maker happening?
Sparkerator. I got a spark plug.
All right, here comes the magic moment.
Someone's got to hold the motor still.
It's a great recoil.
Recoil.
That recoil's awesome.
What the hell?
I got coil in my eye from the recoil. No, don't push it. Never push a recoil rope. Plenty of spring back.
Give it a tappy tappy with that hammer.
All right, loosen up all the bolts. I bet it goes right in.
Sergeant who?
Yeah, Sergeant Who.
Or not.
She wants to spin. I can see that.
Well, it was working earlier today, but it's trying to take the motor with it.
Take her out.
Take her out. There's these little rollers in there, and I think they're sticky. These Hirths use a totally different kind of recoil than anything else that I'm aware of. They got little rollers on a little cam. I think there's at least one more in there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that's because it popped out. Go ahead and take it out. All right. So we got these little rollers in here, and when they're sticky, it does that. So if you pull it, see how far they come out that way?
All that shit. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So this is all rusty and stuff.
Here's what I've heard the secret is. I've heard this. My friend Dwayne, I think, told me this because he's the only guy I think that owns Hirths that I know. Put in all the bolts, but don't tighten them. Just get them there, and then what we're going to do is we're going to put tension on it. See, it already won't go back in.
What do you want?
Well, no matter how I wiggle it, it ain't going back in.
That's what she said.
All right, pull them out. It was working, and I just put it on randomly last night. This recoil came from a different motor.
Oh. Those rub against this surface here, correct?
See the rollers going boom, 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 and then.
But do those rollers rub against this? Or
They have to.
Yeah, but
cleaning up this surface might help.
don't oil it though.
No, I clean it up. It's a little rough.
Seems like this outer piece should be spinning in one direction and not the other.
Could take the other one off and see what it does. The one that works.
Good point, Dennis. Let's take the other one off and see what it does.
Or just take the other one off and put it on that one for a minute,
We can do that too.
and then see if we got spark.
So last night I rescued this recoil from the junkyard from an old skedaddler, and it wouldn't rewind at all. So I loaded up the spring coil. Now it rewinds, but it seems there's more work to do on this.
Yeah.
All right, let's see
You
that
wanna
one quick. Let's
compare
take a
them?
quick look.
Oh, that looks newer.
See, this barely turns.
He replaced
So-
that.
So it goes, and then it goes back. Goes out and
Turns
stays
with
out,
it.
and then it goes back. So this one goes, doesn't,
It's not turning with
it's
it.
not turning with it. So it's going to need a snap ring pliers to find out why.
Yeah.
Well, or just put that one on there and see if
go
we
ahead
get
and
spark.
Put that one on there, yeah.
We'll fix that later.
Just gonna say, it's kind of scary when Lonnie comes up with the good ideas.
Lonnie comes up with all kinds of good ideas.
I was going to say Lonnie comes up with all kinds of ideas.
Yeah, well then there's that.
All right, the snap rings off. Here's a wave washer. See, it's wave shaped. Here's another wave washer. Probably another one in there. I'm gonna say we just need to clean this cruddy thing up. And this is filthy. That's where the problem is.
All right, let's check the spark.
Here, I'll pull you hold everything. Not up.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
We got some spark.
Hey Dennis. Hey Dennis, was there spark?
Is this cat bad?
Yeah.
Is it grounded?
All right. Here, pull it again.
No!
Nobody hold it. Just pull it. Yeah, I saw it.
I just had to pull harder.
You just got to pull harder. Here, hold it down.
There you go.
Ready? Oh, lots of
there
spark.
it is.
Lots of spark if you pull hard enough.
Yep.
All right. I guess the rest
I agree.
the rest of the project is cleaning
If I had
the
hair,
recoil.
it'd be going.
Hey Dennis, I think your hair's standing up.
His
right.
hair.
That one, yeah.
Both of them.
Hey, your hair is standing up. Ha ha. Singular. All right, is this recoil staying on?
I don't know. I can change it later. Yeah, put it on. All right. We're decrudding. This probably needs a little decrud.
Oh, really, you sprayed in there.
Uh-oh, I dropped a roller out.
I heard that.
Oh, that's not good.
As long as we can find it. There it is. Goofy little roller. Kind of drum shaped. Barbell.
Got you good.
Yeah, just enough. Up the
If
arm.
you don't want to do it again.
It went up the arm.
As long as it didn't go in one arm out the other and get your heart. Uh-oh.
Defibrillated.
Yeah. All right. So, here's my theory on this. I think we just get these rollers all out, loose and clean. And we take the spring off.
Should we turn on the parts cleaner?
Nah,
The kid generator?
no, but I've heard that a hair scrunchie works great if you wreck this spring. But it looks like a spring from a seal to me. All right, spring's off.
Daisy's here. Daisy's trying to get in.
Definitely hear the smaller of my two dogs at the door.
She might be getting chased.
By a deer?
There's a deer out there with her.
Hi, Daisy. Let's go out. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I'll get it in there eventually. There, we got all three in. Now we do this little garter spring. Roll it into the groove. Well, look at how much easier that's turning already. Oh, look at the rollers come right out. All good there.
You're making this difficult on me.
What is this that came out of there? Boy, I hope that didn't come out of there. I don't think that came out of there. We're going to go with it didn't. Okay. Snap ring. All right, got to compress the wave washer. There we go. Oh, this is still not turning with it. Oh, that's turning way too hard. All right, I'm going to take out one wave washer. Wait, why did I go two? Oh. I always drop one roller down the middle. So we spent a half an hour struggling, and it would have probably worked fine every time except for that pin, which is now loose.
Yeah.
I got to TIG weld that in.
All right.
We're not TIGging it tonight, guys. So as soon as I TIG weld that other pin in, we'll be good. All right, there you go. We're 2 for 2 on spark.
Yeah, we got good spark.
Dennis got a shocking experience out of that. We've discovered the mystery of the Hirth Recoil. That little tiny pin laying on the table, it is important.
It's
Yeah.
important.
Good job, Lonnie.
It
Yeah.
fits somewhere.
Lonnie kept telling me this is important. I didn't listen. I should have listened. So I didn't fix that recoil yet. It's just sitting here. It's a pile of parts. But after this, after we say thanks to the patrons, I'll come back and I will TIG weld that in and fix that recoil, and I'll show it on the end of this video. So stick around. It's not quite done yet. So patrons.
There you go. Go ahead, buddy.
All right, patrons, we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate your support of the channel. Everybody can see their names up on the screen right now. And for $5 or $10 a month, you can support us with pizza and beer and help us out with parts and spark plugs and everything else. The patrons get to watch all the videos early, and they get to watch all the videos ad-free. That's on the Patreon app. So it's pretty cool that they get to do that. So I met some patrons. I met some patrons
Patrons.
this last weekend at St. Germain, and it was great.
Don't say that. Sorry, I wasn't there at St. Germain.
I apologize.
I was 45 minutes away.
And I want to say to everybody else at St. Germain, even if you weren't a patron, that said clean the carbs or
Yeah, there you
Clean the
go. Clean
carbs.
the carbs.
Love your videos, whatever. I appreciate you guys. That was some awesome motivation to keep making videos throughout the summer. And there was a lot of that there.
That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah,
Right on.
it was really awesome.
Appreciate you guys.
So everybody else,
And ladies. I heard there were some ladies that maybe were.
they saw it at the end of the Saint Germain video. They saw two families that had to, come over and get introduced and
There we
say
go.
clean the carbs.
Clean the carbs.
Clean the carbs.
Oh yeah, speaking of clean the carbs, these shirts are available if you follow the link down in the description. Or go to netterspeedshop.com. It'll take you there too. These are print on demand, but we really like them.
Yeah.
Lonnie, you've had that shirt a year and a half?
Well, about a year.
A year. I've had this one probably 9 months. It's been through the wash many times. I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
So
It's not just a vinyl thing. It's
no, it's a print on demand shirt though.
a print, not a vinyl
So,
iron-on.
anyways, everybody, we appreciate it. Check out the shirts or hats or mugs or whatever you want. And
Everybody that's not Patron, make sure you hit subscribe, hit notifications, so you make sure that you're getting the notifications when we get new content coming out. YouTube's been kind of on and off again with unsubscribing people, so
it's still been doing that.
make sure you hit subscribe and hit notifications so you know when there's new content coming out.
We actually filmed a Patron video tonight.
We did.
You may or may not.
It's
have.
It was a
short
pretty good one.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Brad may or may not be in it.
Brad's Roadrunner may or may not be in it.
Hey now.
Oh.
Which reminds me, you can go watch some other videos on my second channel, Nutter's Garage. There's some car stuff over there. Nutter Speed Shop is strictly snowmobiles. So we appreciate you guys. I don't know when the next swap meet is. I suspect
It's car show time.
it's car show summer. The next one you're going to see us at is the Princeton swap meet. You want to meet us? You want to yell clean the carbs at me? Go to the Princeton,
awesome.
Minnesota Outlaw Grass Drag swap meet.
There you go.
See you
Clean your
there.
carbs.
Okay, it's the next day. The guys have all gone home. Well, last night, of course. And so I'm going to tack this pin in that I showed you. It's right here. You can see where the arc's going to go. And got a very fine point ground on the torch. I've got my thinnest filler wire. I've got the welder set down pretty low. I don't want to make a big blob, and I also don't want to make that pin just disappear. So let's hope it goes good. So there you go. You can see it's tacked in there. Better than it was. We'll go with that. All right, put a big chamfer on each of those windows so that the weld bead has a place to go. Let's find out if it's a big enough chamfer. Oh, yeah. All right. That's going to work just fine. All right, and we got to load up the rollers. So I've always been told, and this is the first Hirth I've worked on, but I've been told pull it out and engage the rollers before you lock it down. Just to help center things. All right, here's the test. There we go. And just so you know, I wasn't fooling you with the other one. Cool. I think we got a good motor now.